Okay, so just a very short video. One of my subscribers, a guy called Tom, I think he may be in Ireland, has asked me about my photography and microphone rig. So this is basically what I took to France. There's the old iPhones, just an iPhone 12 Pro Max, so as I can see it. And then the offending mic that went wrong was my Lavalier microphone, which is cheap as chips on Amazon, which would explain the cock-up really, wouldn't it? Going cheap. And that was basically, that was wired into the camera. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, then it gave up the ghost completely. The camera is a DJI Action 4, and I've used GoPros. I've got a GoPro 8, two GoPro 8s actually, and frankly the batteries are crap. It's just very unreliable, and I've noticed other people using them now, but whether the more up-to-date ones are better, I've no idea. But I decided to get this Action 4, and I have to say it's a brilliant little camera. Seems to do the trick fine. I also have this 360 camera, which is the Insta 360 X4. I only used it once, and that was when we were going up, when I was going up the Col de la Bonnette. It does make it more complicated when if you've got lots of film you've got to edit together. And I was going to use it more, but just didn't. Of course, the other thing I was going to do as well was to keep getting off the bike and planting the camera somewhere on a fence or a gate and drive past and all that stuff. But you'll have heard me say that, frankly, it was too bloody hot to do that. It was awful, really. I mean, I did enjoy the experience, in fairness, I did, but it was too hot to be messing around with drones and everything. So now my audio problems have been solved by one of these DJI Mic2s, which you can see down there. I've super glued a magnet into the helmet, and this will just then magnetize onto the helmet. So that's what I've been using in my latest few videos, and it seems to be working fine. Doesn't connect immediately to the DJI. It takes anything up to 20 seconds to actually connect, but it does work. Touch wood. I now need to go out and just check the one that's paired with the, because they come in pairs, to use a different word in a different context, but I need to see that the one I've paired with the 360 is working okay. Everything I did except the Col de la Bonnette was in 1080 HD. The Col de la Bonnette one was done in 4K. And what I would say with the 360, this one would actually film in 8K. It eats the batteries when you do that. And also you need to be moving because the camera gets very hot. But it does mean you edit down the clips that you want to use, and they are of higher definition than if you film it in 4K, because the 4K means the whole 360 is in 4K. And when you edit a clip down just to be a regular landscape clip, it ends up in a hell of a lot less than 4K. So if you film in 8K, you'll use way more memory and you'll use more batteries, and you need to keep the camera cool, but it does mean that your final clips are of a higher resolution. The other thing that I should have used was this dead cat, which can plug into the iPhone, and obviously does a good job in protecting the wind noise. Guess what? I didn't take it with me. And finally, as they say, there's the drone. I did take this with me all the way around. This is a DJI Mini Pro 4, I think. Rather similar to what other people tend to use. I took it all the way with me, but again, guess what? I didn't use it once. It took up this amount of space in my saddlebag. Not a lot of weight, but certainly space that I could have got more pairs of socks in if I'd wanted to. But I didn't use it because of the problem with heat stopping, and it was just too much. Next time I go, I should go in October, when the weather will presumably be pouring with rain. Anyway, I hope this has been useful, and thanks for watching. Well, I can probably squeeze a couple more videos out of my trip to the Alps, but one more in the actual full day trip, and I may do some kind of compilation or something afterwards. But thanks for watching, put it up with me, and let's hope the weekend is going to be good and I should go for another ride on one of my bikes. I'm not sure which one. Actually I am, I'm going to go on this one. We're going to go to the museum at Alborn near Marlborough, where the band of brothers did their training for Normandy.